Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video. And I am here to talk about something I should have talked about before, but I never did, and now it seems really relevant. And the thing I'm of course talking about is MoviePass. MoviePass right now is of course, $10 a month subscription where you get a card and you use that card to go and see pretty much any movie as long as it's 2D at pretty much every theater. So there's some theaters that don't accept MoviePass. There's still some. Back in the day, when MoviePass was still young, there was a lot of theaters that did not accept it for whatever reason. A lot of theaters didn't accept Discover cards, and that's what at least MoviePass used to use. I don't think they use it anymore, but whatever. So I've had this service ever since 2012 when they announced. I think it actually came out in 2011, I believe. I'm not too sure about that, but 2012 was when I got it, and it was $25 a month, and it was a movie a day for the whole month. But there were restrictions. Obviously, you couldn't see 3D movies or IMAX movies or any other special movies. Even Fathom events, certain things like that you couldn't see. Just straight up 2D movies. And once you saw that movie, you can't see it again. So if you wanted to go see, I don't know, back in 2012, if you wanted to go see The Man with the Iron Fist, great movie. If you wanted to see it, and you saw it, and you loved it, you had to pay for your next ticket if you wanted to see it again, which was fine. There was at least like 6 or 7 movies that came out every month that I either wanted to see or was going to watch just so I could talk about on YouTube or, whatever. So 6, 7 movies, at least in New York where I live, even back in 2012, that would at least be $11 each. So right there, $77 if I saw 7 movies, that's great. $25. Shit, if I saw 3 movies, that's still great. $33, $25, whatever. That's a great deal, especially since you have to take the consideration that you're using MoviePass as it's just a credit card, so you're actually getting points towards your rewards membership for whatever place you're using. So I would always earn new rewards, like a free soda, a free popcorn, or a free movie ticket. So every 4 or 5 movies I'd be earning something else. So every month I'd be sometimes getting 2 if I see a lot of movies, 1, whatever. So I'd be getting a bunch of stuff. So it has been worth it since 2012. Now, of course, about late last year, around October, November, they announced, maybe even earlier than that, MoviePass announced that they were doing something that nobody understood how they were doing this. $10 a month, like I said. Used to be $25, used to be $30, even went up to $50, which I actually had to pay $50 for 1 month. And of course, it was for a month where it was there was a lot of movies, so I still saw about 7, 8 movies. So it was, and that was like 2016, so prices were like $13 for a ticket, at least in New York. So I still got a good deal. But there was a month where I had to, because they reissued, they had a thing where now it was $50, and I got the better price later on. But 1 month I did have to pay $50, which sucked. But they would raise the price. It would be $25, $30. There was even a time they had a $100 version, which was shitty, but kind of cool if you were in big cities, because you could see any movie you wanted, 1 movie a day, and you could also, with that $100 version, you could see 3D movies and IMAX movies, which was really cool. So that was cool. Wish it was cheaper, like $60. That would have been okay, especially if you live in a city where prices are high, and also there's a lot of movies because they get all the indie theaters and stuff, especially in New York City. That would have been great, or LA. I guess that's great too. But so yeah. So there's been variations in prices, but $10 a month for 2D movies once a day is nuts. And when they announced it, they said you could see 1 movie a day. And guess what? You want to see that movie again? You can. I was like, really? And of course, they went back on that a couple months ago. They said, okay, now you can only see the movie once, which was still fine. I was like, okay, whatever. Because it's a great deal. You can see 1 movie and it's covered, especially in New York, where now ticket prices are like $14.50. For 1 2D movie. That's fucking nuts. But yeah, great deal either way. That's great. But now, of course, they're doing things where it's and this sucks. It really does suck that I'm talking shit about MoviePass here, but now it really is shitty. Recently, they had the whole Mission Impossible debacle, where and I call it the Mission Impossible debacle because, first of all, that's fun to say, and second of all, it was because of Mission Impossible that this happened. Of course, on Thursday, people wanted to go see Mission Impossible or maybe Teen Titans Go or whatever, but the service wasn't working, and that is because they ran out of money. They did not have any money left to pay for the tickets for us, so couldn't do it on Thursday. Okay, that sucks, but I get that. But now, this weekend, because there's a big movie out there and they have no money, they had to take a loan, they are taking away showtimes and taking away movies off their app, because you have to use an app, by the way. I don't know if I explained that. You have to use an app to check into the movie, and then it loads on the card and you use it, whatever. Everybody knows what MoviePass is at this point. I don't know why I feel the need to explain it. But so you go to the theater, you swipe your card, you get your ticket, whatever, and now they are taking so many screenings away. Not only for Mission Impossible. I shouldn't just call it the Mission Impossible debacle, which is fun to say, like I said. But it's also Teen Titans Go and all these other movies like Equalizer 2, Mamma Mia 2, which is both movies that came out last week. Blindsiding, which is an indie film. I'm talking about movies that were either removed from the app for me, or they took screenings away. Like for Blindsiding, which is an indie film, like I said, there was a screening for 4, 7, 9, and 10, and they took all of them away except for the 10, which I was like, and guess what? It was peak pricing. Do I even need to talk about peak pricing? Everybody knows about that, where if your theater is really busy and that one screening's really popular, then you actually have to pay an additional like $2 to $6. That's how much it is around here. It matters on what the theater is. Like if it's a big theater, like a Regal or something like that, then most likely in New York at least, you're paying $5 or $6 extra bucks to go see that film, along with that $10 you pay every month. And that's just for one movie. And then, of course, it's different at other theaters. There's an indie theater near me that's like $4, and there's another one that's like $5. So it's a variation. So not only that, but you can't see any movie you want. So a movie a day has become now a movie a day as long as your theater has a lot of movies that we decide you're allowed to see. Also, you have to pay for those additional ones just in case they're popular showings. Like, all right, hold on. So now this whole thing is just becoming like, okay, I figured right when I heard about this $10 a month, they're doing it, they're gonna lose money, but we have a plan, we have a future, we know what's gonna happen, and we're figuring it out. This is what the company pretty much said. And they had all these different reasonings, which I'm not even gonna go into. But when I heard it was gonna be $10 a month, I actually was like, oh, that's cool, and I also got sad because I knew that means this shit ain't gonna last, okay? I had it since 2012. 2012, a movie a day, couldn't see the same movie, and they even had like limitations at times where like if you see a movie at 7 p.m. one day, you had to wait exactly 24 hours to see the next movie. So say you wanted to see one movie at 7:30 p.m. And then you wanted to see the next movie the next day at 7:20 p.m. You weren't allowed to see that movie because it hasn't been actually 24 hours. It's been 23 hours and 50 minutes. So you couldn't even just wait until 7:30 to buy that ticket. You just couldn't see that movie, which was bullshit. And guess what? There was a lot of screens that happened with me where I was like, guess I can't see that movie today. Good. That's great. I'll go see something else, I guess, maybe. I don't know. That sucks. So there was limitations like that. And like I said, the price would always fluctuate between like 25, 30, 35, 50, 100. Which that sucks too, especially if you were a new member. That was definitely not a friendly price. But $25 a month was a great deal, especially if you just see 3 movies. You know, hell, if you live in the city and you see 2 movies, that's probably like $35 right there. So you're still getting a great deal. So right there, I wish they would just decide, go back to that. Go back to 25, go back to 20, go back to 30. That's fine. I have 2 MoviePass cards myself right now. One for me, one for my mom. But if we had to do that, we would totally go back to 1 and pay 25 and be happy with it. Because I was happy with it before. I was like, okay, we all couldn't go see a movie at once. But you know what? If my mom wanted to go see, I don't know, Ocean's 8, she could go see it. I'm not too worried about it. She want to go see I Feel Pretty. She want to go see Life of the Party. She can. That's not a movie for me. She doesn't want to go see I don't know, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. That's a movie for me, I guess. I don't know why, but because I'm a fat nerd, I guess that's probably why. But I wish they would just go back to that. But all right, so 6 years of MoviePass. I've had it for that long since like I think like September 2012. So it hasn't been exactly 6 years, but whatever. Point is that those 6 years have been a rocky road, but it was a rocky road that would be like, all right, and it's not a rocky road. It was like a bumpy road, but every bump would be very, very, very far between each other. You know, it would be pretty smooth, and then there'd be a bump that kind of messed things up, but then it would be smooth for a long time, and then it'd be another bump. Like the price fluctuation and the whole thing where you had to wait 24 hours. There was even a time where and they don't talk about it. A lot of people don't remember this, I don't think, but there was a time where MoviePass, at least for me, wouldn't allow me to go see certain movies, just like they're doing now. Like they just said, this one is not applicable or whatever, even though it's a 2D movie. So they even did that stuff, and they got away from that pretty quickly. I remember that, and that might have just been a glitch from my app, because I live near theaters, and maybe for some reason it just wasn't working out. But like, I remember going to see what's that movie? Oh my god, I'm gonna forget it. Oh no, it's a Tom Cruise movie. I loved it. Edge of Tomorrow. It has the blandest fucking name, but I wanted to see it in 2D. But for some reason, it was just like this theater, this does not accept or whatever. Like this does not cover this or whatever. So I couldn't go see it. I was like, what the hell is this? And then it happened for another movie. I was like, that sucks. And after a couple of weeks, it cleared up. So that was really crappy. There was other things that happened too. Like the app itself was really buggy. There's times where even though I have my phone's fine and I have Wi-Fi and stuff, it just wouldn't work. There was even times where I would switch the app to a different phone, and for some reason they thought that I was doing some shady shit or something like that, and they canceled my card once because I switched the app to a different phone because the app wasn't really working well on my phone, so I switched it to someone else's phone just to try it out, see if it was better, and it was, but they thought that was shady, I guess. I don't know why. I called them and they were like, yeah, that was a they didn't say shady, but what was the word they used? They said it was suspicious activity or something like that. So they canceled my card. I got it worked out, but there's been moments where it just didn't work out. There's even times where I just could not load the app, and I'm sitting here watching people go and buy their tickets, hoping it doesn't sell out. And there's been a couple times where I'm here like, and I'm watching this long ass line for this theater, and like everybody keeps going up and buying tickets for the obvious one, whatever movie came out that was popular. And I'm just like, come on, you fucker, restarting the phone, come on, you motherfucker, and it would be sold out. You know, there's other times where it'd be fine and I would get it to work, but yeah, they had some bumpy moments along those 6 years, but for the most part, it's been fine. So I'm going to say in the next couple months, not couple weeks, but a couple months, I don't think MoviePass is going to be around for too much longer. And it sucks because I know there's that AMC one that's out right now. That's really good. You get to see, what, 3 movies a week or something like that. And you could see, I think, 3D movies, I believe. I'm not too sure about that one. And I think it's only $20-something a month. And the only thing that's shitty is that the only AMC theater near me is like 25-30 minutes away. That kind of sucks. I don't want to travel that far. But MoviePass has been great for me for the most part. It was a great deal. $25 a month was a great deal, and that's $10, and that's even better deal. But of course now they have to put limitations, and it really does suck. It's really annoying that it's come down to this. Will they keep those limitations? I don't know. Maybe it was just for this weekend so they could figure out how to get more money. Maybe it was legit. That was the reason, because they didn't want to use too much money, or they're just going to have those limitations for now on. It sucks that they had the surge pricing. I could rant about that all day. I wanted to go see Skyscraper like 2 weeks ago or whenever it came out, and I had to pay $4.75 for each ticket. That movie is not worth almost $10. I'm just going to tell you right here, no. Especially since you're paying $10 a month for each card. So if that was the only movie I saw this month, just assume it was. I would have almost paid $30 just for Skyscraper. So me and my mom could see it because she loves Dwayne Johnson. Damn it. It's not worth it. So I just wanted to make this video, kind of a rant, my thoughts. I'll call it Gore's thoughts. That's what I usually have for these free-form videos where I just talk about something. But MoviePass has been great for me for the most part. There's been stumbles, but I just wanted to throw it out there because I've had it for a very long time, and I felt like it was a exclusive like the cool club. Like I was like one of the few people that were out there using it since 2012. I remember in 2012, I think there was only like a few thousand people using it, and I was one of them. I was like, hey, I'm cool, hey. I remember people would ask me all the time, either family or friends, like, what's MoviePass about? And I would tell them, and they'd be like, oh, that's really cool, I should do that. And I'm like, hey, you should, and you better hurry too. Because I didn't think it was going to last that long. But 6 years later, it's still here. But I have a feeling it's gonna die out soon because of all this limitation stuff. Just MoviePass, if you're watching for whatever reason, I don't know why, anybody from MoviePass that has like a say in what happens in that company, please just raise the price. I would be fine. Take all those limitations out. Take that stupid surge pricing shit out. Raise the price and see what happens with that. $20-$25 would be fine. At least I would be fine with it. I really would, because you think about it, you see 2 movies in New York at least for $20 right there. That's like 20 That's like $28 right there because it's like $14 a ticket here. So right there, you're already getting an $8 deal. All right, you can see another movie, and there you go, great deal. I don't know, you could lend it to a friend and tell them download the app, sign in with my email, boom, you could go see a movie. You know, it'd be great. You could even make it so that it's limited to just one movie per time. You know, like you can only see it once, and that's it. You can't see the movie again. You know what I mean? To be honest, I would even be okay with them going back to the whole 24-hour thing where you have to wait 24 hours in between screenings. I would rather have that than surge pricing and you just can't see the movie because we took it off the app. It's bad. And I get it. They have no money. That's why they had to do that. Hopefully that's not going to stay. But shit, we have Christopher Robin this weekend. I can't wait for that. I want to see Mission Impossible again. I want to see Teen Titans go to the movies. Next week is Slender Man. I don't really want to see it, but I will. It's just it really sucks that I don't know what the future holds for this app. I really do. It's shitty. Not that I'm blaming people out there for buying the card or whatever. I'm blaming MoviePass for being too cool. Like they just did it as a marketing scheme. That's pretty much what it was. It was like it's $10 a month, guys. Whoa! Even though $25 a month should have been a great price for people to really go into it. Because really, think about it. You watch 3 movies that it's paid for. 3 in a month. I get people are busy, but you can't just go see a movie 3 times a month. You can't find anything you would want to see 3 times a month. All right, there could be people out there that just don't have too many theaters near them. I get that, but 3 times a month, it would have been a great deal. You know? I don't know. So anyway, there you go. That is MoviePass. My little rant, my thoughts, and my 6 years with them. It was like I said, it was a bumpy ride, but the bumps were few and far between. So, and now there's a bunch of bumps. It's like now it is a jaggy road. Now it is. It's just. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to see Skyscraper, please. And I see Skyscraper. I'm like, I wish I didn't see Skyscraper, which is so won't you be my neighbor, but it's not my freaking theater because fuck me, right? So anyway, there you go. That's my little, I guess, rant, Gore's thoughts, whatever. I just wanted to do that. Bye.